welcome to Grapple-Sauce. Dave here, and with me as always, Chad.
Heyo, how we doing?
Man, not a bad 3 hours of wrestling, I have to say.
Yeah, no, I haven't been catching Collision as much as I would like, but man, I was really into it.
Yeah, yeah. I I don't get Rampage in like I want to anymore, but yeah, I know they're putting on great matches. I just don't have that much time in the week.
Yeah, right, right. Oh my gosh, between working 40, 50 hours a week and
Yeah, man, a lot of hours of wrestling to get through if you include Rampage. Uh, but yeah, I hit Collision every week, Dynamite for sure. Uh, but yeah, I kind of forgot about the Battle of the Belts until they kind of brought it up during Collision, and I stuck around for that, obviously.
yeah,
And yeah,
yeah,
fun stuff.
last battle of the belts we were actually at together, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was in Seattle.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's
Uh,
pleasantly surprised. It was a really good set of shows. Glad I started watching again.
Yeah, I guess let's get right into it. They were in Memphis, Tennessee, the home of the King. Uh, we had Brian Danielson and Andrade El Idolo. They were advertising that as a dream match, which I kind of heard a little bit of hate on that they were overhyping it, but I think it lived up to the hype.
Oh, it was a great match. Yeah, I get why people get on Tony's over exuberance, but hey, at least he's excited.
Yeah, I mean, he is a wrestling promoter.
Uh-huh. No, and shoot, match for me was good to great. Like, they told a great story, were real hella physical. I was into it.
Yeah, and I really dug the respect that both men
Yeah.
showed each other. It could have gone a lot of different ways, but I think they're switching gears with Danielson to be a babyface. They're doing the same thing with Andrade. So yeah, I kind of liked it. I guess yeah, right from the get-go, the crowd was chanting, "This is awesome" before they even locked up. Which I agree. Seeing both men in the ring standing, across from each other, it was kind of a cool thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember watching Andrade and NXT, and that dude always put on bangers there. So I was excited for what was to come. I love the battle of the figure four versus the label lock. That was great, especially as a
Oh yeah,
shout outs to Charlotte trying to bridge into the figure eight. That was pretty cool.
yep. Uh, I'm not familiar with is it Bree or Nikki who's married to Brian Danielson?
Uh, Bree, I think Nikki's the stripper. I mean, whoops.
I'm not sure what her finisher is, but I wish he would have done her finisher too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That would have been cool. But yeah, we get a little slip up from Tony Schiavone calling him Andre El Idolo. I thought was a little funny. He recovered from that though. Yeah, both men were showing respect. We had quite the technical back and forth between the two guys. Uh, they can both you know put each other in any number of moves while they're on the mat, while reversing any number of moves while on the mat.
Oh yeah, no, it's always incredible to watch Brian go, and it's like kind of like when him and Zack Saber Jr. Andrade could keep up. It was great.
Yeah, yeah, very, very technical back and forth. Uh, yeah, Andrade goes for the figure four two different times, but Danielson escapes. Uh, they have a brutal chop exchange. A lot of woos in the crowd from that, obviously. Um, Danielson hit a pretty amazing Bosaiku knee off the apron onto the outside, nailing Andrade, taking him out for a little bit. At this point, Andrade's selling a shoulder injury, which, what do you know? Brian Danielson's going to exploit that.
Yeah, but
and
I mean, that bruise, he definitely, definitely took that shot to the, from the ring post pretty hard.
yeah, yeah, it was pretty realistic. um, yeah, then we get more chops. The crowd's loving it. Obviously, Andrade's literally the son-in-law of the king of chops, so we got to give him credit there. We got Andrade landing a beautiful moonsault from the top rope onto the outside onto Danielson that takes out Danielson. Uh, Andrade eventually gets the figure four applied. He lifts up for the figure eight, but Danielson gets to the ropes. They have yet another chop battle. Uh, then we got Brian Danielson comes out on top after a series of rapid pin attempts. They're rolling around one, two, one, two, one, two. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
but
Sometimes I think that spot can look hokey, but those 2 made it look great.
yeah, the key to it is the timing.
Oh, yeah,
That you
yeah.
got to time it out right.
Yeah,
Uh,
I had a couple notes there, leading into that beautiful moonsault, there's that springboard drop kick that sent him to the outside off the apron. Ooh, that looked like it
oh
sucked.
yeah, that led up to the moonsault. Yep.
Yeah, and, those
Yeah.
dragon screws from, Andrade to soften up Brian's knee. Whoo! Oh, man, that looked,
Yeah.
beautiful match.
Brutal.
Yeah, yeah, they got a standing ovation at the end of that one, and they all deserve that. Everybody worked so hard on that match.
Yeah. Yeah. Good match to get the crowd hyped up right off the bat, which they did their job on that. Um, And then right after the match ends, the lights go out. And we've got Malachi Black in the ring, and he gives Danielson the old spinning back kick. I'm not sure if they call it the Black Mass anymore, but yeah, looked brutal, connected, and out goes Danielson. Quite the quite the reveal there.
Yeah, I love that, and I love how they, kept referencing this through the show and building on it, like, by the end, it's like, "This is a feud I need, and it's gonna looks like might be faction v faction. I'm in for this."
Little house of the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm really into that. So yeah, we've got Malachi Black back from injury. I can't recall what he had, possibly a hamstring or a calf, something like that. But yeah, he's back, and then we go into a video package with Darby Allen. He's talking about how Nick Wayne is worried about online hate, and Darby Allen told him not to listen to anyone online. If Nick Wayne wants to find him, he'll be at Dynamite next week for Tony Khan's presentation of Sting's special gift. So yeah, that should be interesting.
I'm glad, Darby's starting to talk a lot more because I think he's actually getting pretty darn good on the mic, so, um,
Yeah.
yeah, no, hopefully, looking forward to Wednesday now to see where all of this is leading 'cause, it'd be good to see, Darby get a measure of, revenge there on, Nick for, abandoning him.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, he added in there, he may have broke his tooth, but he's gonna take a lot more than that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a pretty brutal move there with the tooth knocked out. kind of
Yeah, I
enjoyed
loved it.
that.
I always love me a little bit of blood on the show, so
Yep,
I'm kind of
little
a goofball.
realism.
Uh-huh.
uh, all right. Next up, we've got Sky Blue versus Hollywood or Hollywood Haley. Uh, from what I have read about her, she's actually a top prospect for NXT. So
Oh,
it was
no
quite
kidding.
the shock that she showed up on AEW.
Oh, that's funny. I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure if she's local Memphis talent, but she's definitely on WWE's radar, and that probably pissed somebody off.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully they start getting over that and realize it's just business because it's kinda cool to see people pop up every.
But yeah, this is a quick match. Obviously, Hollywood Haley's a enhancement talent. Hollywood Haley got a little bit of offense in, but Sky ends the match pretty quickly. We get a running power bomb to Hollywood Haley and the code blue for the win. What do you think of Sky Blue's Scooby Doo inspired ring gear?
That was awesome. I liked how the contrast between the more serious, makeup versus, the levity of the costume. I thought it was kinda rad.
Yeah, it could have gone either way. She could have gone goth like Julia Hart, like she went a totally different direction.
Yeah, no, it worked for me, and, man, I like this new aggressive side from her. It's nice to see some character development, so, hopefully she keeps getting some of that spotlight 'cause it's really been fun to watch her improve.
Yeah, yeah, I'm loving the new aggressive style, the new demeanor, ever since she got misted by Julia Hart. And I mean, all signs point to her turning full heel soon. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, it looks like there might be a little, maybe program developing with her and Willow, as we'll see later, but,
Mhm.
that'd be kinda cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, good quick match. I like seeing Sky Blue picking up another win here. Next up, we've got the Guns versus the Outrunners. I just have to say, uh, dude, they were a cool looking kind of retro throwback. I really like that. Instantly, I thought they should be managed by Jim Cornette.
Right? Yeah, or I would have been surprised if, like, Jimmy Hart popped out with the megaphone or something. They definitely had that
Yeah,
look.
yeah, total throwback. Yeah, it was a cool look. Hopefully, I'll see them around somewhere. But, yeah, the Guns, were pretty aggressive. I'm gonna call them one of the most improved tag teams in the past year. Their look, their presentation, their style, everything getting better and better.
Yeah, I totally agree there. From, remembering them sitting ringside during the pandemic shows to, where they are now, it's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, they're, putting on that muscle mass. Clearly their dad can, give them a few pointers on that. So, yeah, they're really fun to watch wrestle too. Um, yeah, they end up hitting the 310 to Yuma, 1, 2, 3. They got the win. Uh, Jay White celebrating in the ring with them after the win, and we got another lights out in the arena, and we see someone in the devil mask on the big screen. They turn around and the feed cuts out. Jay White looks terrified.
So, who's under the mask?
I'm going with Kenny Omega.
Oh, that's interesting. Man, yeah,
I think it's the elite.
okay, cool, cool. I'm into that. That's, I keep drawing a blank on that one, so, but I'm gonna copy your homework on that one.
My, my second option will be the real Bullet Club.
Ooh, okay, okay, I'm into this. Either way, this is I like the fact that I'm on the hook for something and I wanna see the next episode because, like, that
Right?
means they're doing it right.
Yep, yep, yep. I mean, again, like I get that old WCW feel, like, and I need that. Like they end on a cliffhanger. Their storytelling is going through the roof right now as far as quality. Uh,
You
yeah,
think
I'm
that's,
really enjoying what AEW.
you think that's, Bryan Danielson's influence there on specifically on Collision?
How could it not be? Like, absolutely. Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah,
yeah, that's what like, this is the first Collision I've seen in, oh, shoot, 3, 4 weeks, and, I can really notice the difference. It's a really good show. It has that nice throwback feel, but the storytelling feels cleaner. I've been really enjoying it.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, everything feels a little different than Dynamite.
Yeah,
It's a little more fast paced. I don't know. I get a little more of a violent feel from Collision.
true, true.
Uh, just a throwback, and AEW in general over the past, I don't know, month or so, the leaving with the big cliffhanger brawl
Yeah.
and everyone coming out at the end, like, give me more of that.
Yeah, definitely, that's when WCW was winning that war. That's kinda what they were doing every week was just the end of every show made you just, like, need to tune into the next one, and I'm here for it. I'm really happy to see some of these changes.
Yeah, I vividly remember Sting being, surrounded by the NWO, and you hear Tony Schiavone, "We've run out of time," and boop, that's
Yeah.
it, and you're just like, "What the hell happened?"
Oh, yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
can't beat it, can't beat it. But, yeah, fun match. We got, the Devil on the big screen. Then we actually have a Lexi Nair interview with Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander. Uh, Lexi tries to ask Orange Cassidy uh, a question, but Statlander needs to get a pump in, and she doesn't have any way to get a pump in. So she picks up Lexi Nair and she starts to squat.
Uh,
I believe this is something they've picked up on that she was doing on Rampage, possibly. I believe I heard. But yeah, I'm glad they're doing it on Collision now. Uh, but they eventually, Lexi Nair eventually gets to ask Orange if he's ready for his title match against John Silver at Battle of the Belts. In his nonchalant way, Orange Cassidy says, "Yeah, he's ready."
yeah, yeah.
While Lexi Nair is being squatted.
Yeah, I know him getting that belt back was just a pivot, but oof, that was the right call. His first run was great,
Right
and I'm
call.
super, super happy to always get more Orange on the TV. That he's probably in my top 5 for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I don't think he is as goofy as he was when AEW started. He's got
Yeah.
more of an edge. He he's a lot more uh aggressive quicker, and
Oh,
it doesn't
yeah.
take as much for him to snap.
Yeah. No, it's, yeah, yet again, like, watching him from day 1 to where he is now, it's, pretty incredible to see, like, how he's developed that character, which is something he's been doing for years before that too.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad Tony Khan saw that and gave him a shot because he is super over.
Yeah, no, yeah, I hope he gets a few more defenses in before they, decide to move on with the belt.
Yeah, yeah. Give it to him for another month, maybe two at least. Uh, but yeah, we'll have a little confrontation with him and Moxley later on at Battle of the Belts. But before that, we have a Memphis street fight. Eddie Kingston versus Jeff Jarrett. Wow, what a match.
Oh my god.
Uh
Goofy wrestling for life. I love this stuff. I was very sports entertained.
yeah, man. Can I just say what a treat it is to have Jeff Jarrett wrestling on TV in 2023?
Right? I know. I got a GCW pay-per-view, what, like a year and a half ago, and he popped on there to fight Effie, and I was like, "What? This the same Jeff Jarrett?" And I was like, "Oh, more of this guy, please." And when he showed up on AEW, I was like, I was very enthusiastic thumbs up. Very good call to bring him in.
Yeah, yeah, he's a legend. I mean, I remember watching him on WCW with the goofy blonde mullet and the multiple strapped ring gear, that goofy thing he wore. Oh my god, like I can't believe that. And then
Yeah.
he went to the WWF for a bit, came back to WCW. Uh yeah, man, great memories of him. And then you can't forget invented, or rather founded, TNA.
Yeah, yeah. Ain't he
Speaking
great?
of, uh, how do you or did you happen to catch on that they're changing the name from Impact?
Yeah, I like it. Nostalgia is a great drug. I mean, me and you've had that conversation more than once, and
Hmm.
it'll be good to see
Yeah,
them hopefully maybe make some headway getting some of that popularity back. Uh,
yeah, yeah,
maybe a possible chick magnet. That's been the rumor.
yeah. Apparently, they were going to have Ace Steel trying out as a producer at Bound for Glory, but he may have been there. The original plan was going to have him come out, but they didn't want people to assume that CM Punk was going to be there.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So he may have been there uh, to trying out as a producer, but yeah, he didn't end up showing up. Uh, but yeah, they're going back to TNA. Uh, when they made that call, they really needed to. When they changed to Impact, that is, they needed to get rid of that stigma of what they did around 2017 and Hulk Hogan and all that crap, and uh, Dixie Carter feuding with Billy Corgan over ownership of the company. That wasn't a good look. Uh, yeah, so they needed to get past that. I'm glad they changed it to Impact when they did. But yeah, it's time to go back. They were doing internal polling. They were uh, polling their fans, and it was unanimous. So yeah, it'll
What,
be a cool thing.
what do you think? Is the six-sided ring gonna make a comeback?
They are not bringing that back. They have already said.
Oh, thank God.
It's actually more grueling on the talent.
Yeah, I can
Uh,
see that. Yeah.
yeah, that's the consensus, that it's a little harder on their bodies. So
Okay,
yeah,
cool. Well, gotta protect the wrestlers.
yeah, yeah. Uh, so yeah, back to this Memphis street fight. I guess clearly it was not a title match because Jeff Jarrett won,
Yeah, the
and no, no.
stipulation was if Jeff Jarrett wins, Jay Lethal gets a shot at the title.
Okay,
Little convoluted, but later on in the night, Eddie cut that promo, and I was immediately like, okay, he still be that fight like he always does.
well, the promo. Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah, redeem them. Yep, I love it. We went to that Prestige show, and more than one person pointed that shirt out, like, "Oh
Yeah,
yeah, you were wearing it." Uh,
yeah. When I'm
yeah,
around normies, I get a lot of confused looks when I wear the shirt.
Yeah, they don't know what you're talking about. Uh, but yeah, man, it was a crazy, crazy match. Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, and Sanjay Dutt all attack Eddie Kingston right off the bat uh, before he can even make it to the ring. Satnam Singh breaks a kendo stick in half, goes for a choke slam, uh, but Eddie kicks him in the balls, gets out of that. This is a no DQ match, obviously. Uh, Eddie Kingston throws hot dogs and condiments all over Jeff Jarrett, then throws the cooler that they were all in at Jeff Jarrett. Uh, right after that, we get an insane cutter from
Yeah.
Jay Lethal off the ramp onto a table to Eddie Kingston. That looked snug. I was
Oh, yeah.
worried for Eddie Kingston bending that neck back when he landed. Like his body like kept going, but his neck didn't.
Yeah, no,
So
yeah, he looked pretty worse for wear by the end between that and the busted open head and
barbed wire.
yeah,
Yep, yep, yep.
yeah, yeah, Jay Lethal, that cutter was oof, man, like unbelievable how because he's getting up there too in age, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
probably
just
mid
yeah.
40s.
I don't get how those guys can keep doing that, but it was for a for a goofy fight. I thought it was they did a really good job keeping that intensity up.
Yeah. And I had to look it up. Jeff Jarrett is 56 years old.
Oh my god, I don't,
He looks
amazing.
great.
Yeah, no, uh,
His physique, his ability,
yeah,
he's still
no,
got it.
yeah, no, he can still move as like as good as if he's in his 30s. I don't know how those guys do that without breaking themselves in half every time. I get out of bed and
Yeah.
it takes me like 20 minutes just to walk normally.
Yeah, man. And I know the feeling. But yeah, good for Jeff Jarrett, man. Uh so yeah, we get that amazing cutter. Looked completely brutal. Then we got a barbed wire bat being introduced during picture in picture. Kingston gets busted open on his forehead from that barbed wire bat. Uh, then we've got Jeff Jarrett going after Eddie Kingston's left knee with a pipe, a trash can, a table, a chair, and a trash can lid.
I,
You got to cover your bases, right?
sounds like you're describing like them playing Fight Forever right now.
Right, right. It was a video game. That's what we got, a live
Yeah.
video game. Uh, yeah, Jarrett goes for the figure four leg lock. Uh, Eddie Kingston's not looking so hot and actually gets a 2 count from that figure four leg lock. He just couldn't get up, but he only got a 2 count. Uh, let's see. We got Jay Lethal going for an elbow drop while Eddie Kingston's still in the figure four. Eddie Kingston ends up rolling the other way. He puts all the pressure on Jeff Jarrett, reversing the figure four. Uh, and next we got Kingston gets out of that. He's doing some rapid chops to Jeff Jarrett and Sanjay Dutt. Uh, Jeff Jarrett ends up hitting the stroke. Uh, and then all the other guys are just too much for Eddie to overcome. We got Jay Lethal hitting the lethal injection, Satnam Singh hitting the choke slam. We got Jeff Jarrett hitting the stroke yet again, and the ref reluctantly counts three. Jeff Jarrett wins. I love it.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's good to see. It was good to see them actually go over too, which was nice.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed the match. Uh, Next up, we've got Lexi Nair interviewing the Acclaimed. Uh, Pretty awkward interview here. uh, Lexi wants to talk about their upcoming match with Daniel Garcia, Daddy Magic, and Angelo Parker. Uh, Max ends up telling Lexi Nair, speaking of Battle of the Belts, how about you use a belt on me? Completely awkward, not appropriate. Daddy Ass apologizes to Lexi Nair. Uh, Anthony Bowens and Daddy Ass make Max Caster face the wall, and yeah, they've been champions for 55 days.
Uh, I
Yeah.
keep forgetting that who has the trios championship, but I don't know. I'm always there for his weird, awkward stuff, but either MJF or whatever. That dude just makes me chuckle.
Yeah. It's super weird, but it's funny enough to not be too weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Uh, then we've got Miro versus Andretti. Uh, Looks like the lovely CJ Perry comes out first and sits down ringside. Uh, both competitors come out. Action Andretti gets caught in the corner. Miro kicks and punches the complete shit out of him. uh, Miro ends up doing a big Beal across the ring. Uh, Action Andretti lands on his feet. Uh, Andretti ends up hitting a drop kick on Miro, but Miro was having none of it. He punches Action Andretti uh, more and throws Action Andretti out of the ring. Uh, Miro at one point walks over to CJ Perry and she smiles at him. And at that point, I'm like, are they playing some kind of kinky game?
Right? Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, yeah. There's something going on here. Uh, so yeah. Miro ends up brutalizing Action Andretti through picture in picture. Uh, he ends up applying the game over and wins the match. CJ Perry smiles at him again.
Yeah, no, I thought this was good. I was happy to see Action get his shit in, and because he's a great counter wrestler, like how he like flipped out of the Beal and just yeah, he's fun to
Yeah,
watch and actually was like a believable challenge until he got caught. So yeah, no, I hope he keeps getting put into spots because he's sure fun to watch.
yeah, that might have been in my mind his biggest career match so far. He did beat Chris Jericho, but I think he put up more of a fight and looked tougher and better
Oh yeah.
against Miro.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, no, sometimes you just win in defeat. Like he looked great. He
Mhm.
was yeah, he made it competitive, but of course Miro would win. Man, that dude's a beast. Like he should be squashing everybody right now.
Fun match. The fact that we get to see CJ Perry every week now, bonus.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. I like we don't have to have the annoying Russian accent. She can just be herself. Yeah, fun stuff. I'd like to see where that goes. We might get a little hint of where this is leading a little bit later on in the show, though. Battle of the Belts. So, yeah, we'll be getting to that in a little bit. But next up, we've got Lexi Nair interviewing who I call the XJAS. Uh, Daniel Garcia, Anna Jay, Angelo Parker, and Daddy Magic. Uh, Bummer Jake Hager wasn't there, but I guess he can't be there every week.
Yeah, yeah.
uh, and I do love that they're all sticking together. That's
That is
pretty
pretty
cool
cool.
to me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, usually it's
It's
like, "Okay, faction's done," and then it's like almost like it never happened, so it's kinda
yep,
kinda fun that
yep.
they're continuing the story.
Lexi Nair wants to know if all their beef has been squashed. Anna J says that they're all on the same page, but Daddy Magic makes a joke about them all having a family breakfast and having croissants and coffee and no dancing. Anna J is like, no, 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 we're not doing this. We're not doing this on camera. Anna J grabs Daddy Magic and Daniel Garcia. They're off camera. Ruby Soho passes Angelo Parker and kind of getting a little vibe there, right?
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you
for
get a
sure.
flirty vibe?
Yeah, oh,
Like,
totally.
yeah, man. Yeah, that was kind of neat. I don't know where that's gonna go, but yeah, she Ruby Soho says around here everybody seems like they think they deserve a championship. Ruby declares she's laying down the gauntlet and she's going to be champion because that's what she deserves. Go Ruby, get it.
Yeah, no crap. It's, yeah, she's sort of had, like, stops and starts since she's came in, but, I'd love to see her get some momentum 'cause, she's kinda always been one of my top female stars for sure.
Yeah. Wonder if Tony Khan's looking back and wishes he put that TBS title on Ruby with Jade Cargill leaving him high and dry.
Right? Yeah, I don't know though. Statlander's a pretty hard one to ignore too, though.
Then we've got a pretty cool Roosh package. Haven't seen him a whole lot lately. Uh, we've got Roosh coming on. He rolls up in a car. He talks about his business is LFI, Le Faction Ingobernable, and making money. He's tired of not being on TV because he's too dangerous. uh, he learned English. He learned their style of pro wrestling, and for what? He's gonna get what he deserves. Ooh, I love it.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. It was a great that was a great package. The editing, the music, his performance. Uh, Yet again, like now it's like I need to see what's going to happen next. They did its job. Next time he pops up on TV, I'm going to be paying close attention.
Yeah, who are they gonna go after? I,
Oh my
I can't
gosh,
wait to know.
yeah.
I would think maybe the acclaimed.
That'd be a good one. Yeah, little go after the trios title.
Yeah, cool video package. I'm looking forward to seeing Roosh, Preston Vance, uh uh Dralistico. Is he part of them too?
I think so. Yeah,
And Jose the assistant.
yeah. The surprisingly
uh
jacked assistant.
right. Uh cool. Next up we've got a passionate, emotional, perfectly executed promo from Eddie Kingston after getting beat down by Jeff Jarrett and his goons. Uh, we've got Eddie Kingston so angry he's calling Jay Lethal by his real name, Jamar,
Yeah,
which really drove it home, man. That added another level
yeah.
of
No, it's like
realism
when
to
mom
me.
calls out your middle name, man. It's like, oh, he's in trouble.
Yeah, man. Eddie Kingston calls Jay Lethal Jeff Jarrett's little bitch. He told him not to bring his mother to their match because he's going to have to beat him down in front of his beautiful mother, and and she's going to know that he deserves it. My God.
Yeah, no, how did this go from, like, quirky feud to blood feud in a, what, 30-45 second promo? Like, that dude, he's got a
Well,
gift.
I think yeah, your factor right there is Eddie Kingston. He
Yeah.
can boom turn anything real and violent in a heartbeat, and it makes you believe it, which I
Yeah.
love.
Yeah, no, even,
You
he could even cut a promo on a cookie.
Yeah, he has. Yep. Man, I just wish he would be in the AEW title picture.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully sometime or maybe they still have to like finish up that thing with Mox too and Renee. That was going somewhere and then it kind of just fizzled out.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, yeah, that needs to be resolved actually too.
That how like that had me really paying attention. I was like, "Oh, this is something I need." Like those three just can interact together all day long and I would watch.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, another amazing Ed Kingston promo. Um, After that, we've got FTR versus some other very interesting jobbers. I was kind of into their look, kind of like late '80s hip hop kind of looking group. Uh, they
Yeah,
didn't don't get too far in their match, and the lights go out again. We've got Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. The entirety of the House of Black, I guess, minus Julia Hart, who's enjoying her honeymoon right now. Uh, but yeah, they beat down FTR, and yeah, they did it again.
Yeah, no, it just yeah, every time the lights went out, it's like, "Oh, is it House of Black? Is it MJF? What the hell's going on tonight?"
Yep, yep. Uh, I was on the verge of feeling like they're overdoing the lights out, but the other part of me didn't really mind.
No,
So,
I feel like because it was a progression throughout the night of the same story, so it wasn't like they were overusing it for different pops. So like it kind of made sense in the context of the show.
yeah, yeah. There was a through line through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Next up, we've got Ricky Starks and Big Bill, the AEW World Tag Team Champions, versus Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. Um, Wheeler Yuta was the first one in. He started off pretty aggressively. We end up getting Ricky Starks tagging in Big Bill. Um, Wheeler Yuta showed that he was not intimidated by Big Bill. Uh, he had an opportunity to tag Claudio and didn't, uh, just to show that he wasn't intimidated. I kind of liked that.
Yeah.
Big Bill throws Wheeler Yuta into the corner. Yuta gets punched and chopped in the corner. Uh, and these are big, powerful punches and chops coming from Big Bill. Uh, we got Wheeler Yuta trying to fight back, but getting knocked off the apron. Uh, and then onto a barricade from the apron that looked pretty rough.
Yeah, the whole thing was super stiff for sure. The hot tag to Claudio that came shortly after that. Whoo,
Oh
he
yeah, yeah, yeah. He needed it. He
yeah.
needed it. Uh, yeah, Ricky Starks was in control through most of picture in picture. Him and Big Bill are doing lots of heelish moves, a lot of boos from the crowd. We get that hot tag for Claudio. Actually, before that, we get a nice big boss slam from Big Bill to Wheeler Yuta. I always love seeing that.
Yeah, yeah, it's it's what the second or third time that's popped up in the past few weeks too. So other people doing that.
Yep, yep. I think Big Bill, I've been seeing him do it quite a few times. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. Uh, let's see. Wheeler Yuta ends up dodging a big elbow drop from Big Bill and stuns Big Bill with a back elbow, a boot, and dodges a splash from Big Bill in the corner. We get that awesome hot tag to Claudio, we get about 13 or 14 European uppercuts to Ricky in the corner. Then we get a full 20 lariats to Ricky Starks in the corner. Uh, and we got Claudio Castagnoli doing Ricky Starks' top rope strut
Uh-huh.
to Ricky Starks, which was kind of a cool thing to see. Uh, we got Claudio going for the giant swing, but Ricky Starks rolls out of the ring, gets pulled out by Big Bill. Claudio's in control through another picture in picture. Claudio hits a big uppercut and ends up getting a 2 count uh, on Ricky Starks. Ricky gets a tag to Big Bill and hits a really nice swinging DDT. Looked really nice. We've got Claudio gives Big Bill a European uppercut, another 2 count. Claudio ends up tagging Wheeler Yuta. Uh, Wheeler Yuta hits a pretty devastating shotgun drop kick while Claudio's holding Big Bill. They get a 2 count on that. Wheeler Yuta about to suplex Big Bill, which would have been cool to see, but Ricky Starks grabs Wheeler Yuta's leg. Uh, Big Bill eventually plows through Wheeler Yuta with a running lariat and ends up getting another 2 count. Uh, Wheeler Yuta tries to fight back, but gets power bombed. Ricky Starks gets another 2 count. Claudio tags in and clears house. We get a giant swing to Ricky Starks, and we actually get, I'm loving this, a drop kick giant swing combo.
That was like, do these guys practice this stuff or does they like just do it? Because
Like,
never in a thousand years could I be do something that coordinated.
no, me neither. It didn't even look like Wheeler Yuta like was timing in his head or like trying to like
Right? He
get
just
that
did it.
moment right. He
Like,
just did it.
like
Like unbelievable.
yeah, I
But
think that was actually one of me jumping off the couch moments for the night. Like, what? How? No way.
yep, beautiful move. Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli go for their finisher, but the House of Black come out. They end up taking out Claudio Castagnoli and throw him over a barricade. Ricky Starks hits the Rochambeau on Wheeler Yuta for the win. uh, House of Black, Ricky Starks, and Big Bill all attack Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. Brian Danielson comes out to help his team out, but he gets beat down. FTR come out next. They get beat down. And then we get John Moxley's music hit. And out comes John Moxley. He ends up uh, clearing house. This is great. Ricky Starks starts to go back in the ring, thinking House of Black are right behind him, but they let Ricky Starks go in alone, and we got a big rig by FTR to Ricky Starks. Claudio gives Ricky Starks the giant swing, and Cash Wheeler jumps rope
That
over
was
Ricky
pretty cute.
Starks. Yeah, yeah, fun ending to Collision. Uh, we got the House of Black up on top of the ramp, uh, standing tall. We got the Blackpool Combat Club and FTR in the ring. Uh, yeah, I would say maybe blood and guts, but Ricky Starks and Big Bill aren't going to be too happy with what the Blackpool or House of Black did.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna end up teaming up or it was just a thing that happened. Who knows? Going back to the match for half a second, the DDT into the big boot from Bill. Oh
Oh,
my
dude,
god. That
it happened so quick.
yeah, no, that's like, I hope they stick with that combo, do it a few more times 'cause, I tag team I never thought would exist, but does, and holy jeez, these guys can, keep going for a while, I hope.
Yeah, I thought I was intrigued when Big Bill and Brian Cage were briefly teaming together. That was cool. And
Yeah.
they were getting a lot of positive uh, critiques from people in the back, from what I read. So, uh, yeah, I think both of those guys need to be treated a little better, and I think they're getting closer. They're getting there.
Yeah, no,
So, yeah.
run with the title belts, shoot, good just yeah, who would have thought in 2023 you'd be excited to see, Big Bill?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I mean, shit, man, why not? He's a freaking giant. He's in great shape. His mic skills are good too. I
Yeah,
I I, I
and all
kind of
the little
he's kind
things
of
he
got
does
that
too.
little yeah, yeah. Uh, and he's married to Lexi Nair.
I did not know that. Wow.
Yep. And Lexi Nair is Diamond Dallas Page's stepdaughter.
Huh. I also did not know that. Wow. Wrestling
Yep.
is weird.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Cool episode of Collision. Yeah, like I said, I don't miss a Collision because I get that nostalgia, nitro, dopamine hit from it. Uh, I get a kick out of the Elton John in
That
the
was
the
pretty
beginning
funny.
intro.
Uh-huh.
Um, I do kind of wonder why they haven't, I think 2 weeks in a row now, possibly. They haven't done the beginning, kind of a little intro where they'll have the two main event teams and like two more teams. Like they've got like a kind of
Yeah.
music going, and tonight I'm gonna blah blah blah. Like they did that for a while, and now they're not doing that.
Hmm.
I kind of want that back.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe that was a bit of, CM Punk's influence on the show, or maybe they
Ooh,
went a different
yeah.
direction.
Yep,
Uh,
yep.
but no, yeah, I caught a few episodes right when it started, then I, missed a bunch, and I'm super stoked, I caught this week and hopefully keep catching them after that because, yeah, I was shocked at how good that show was.
Mhm. And I know if I watched Rampage, I would also be shocked
Yeah,
at how good it is. It's only an hour too, like, I don't know why I don't it's too late too. It comes on too
true.
late.
Yeah, true.
Like, and I can't what I used to do was if I didn't watch Rampage on Friday, I would, no matter what, watch it on Saturday.
Yeah.
Now, I've
Net
got
now
Collision,
collision. Yeah.
so that kinda, puts a wrench in that, and I don't know, part of me wants to be an AEW completist, and now that I don't have Dark or Elevation to watch, it's a little bit easier to be a completist, but I don't know, man. Like I said, every time I randomly catch a Rampage, I go, "Why aren't I watching this?"
Right? Yeah, there's only so many hours in the day, though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We have other shit to do in our normal lives. Uh But yeah, man, we had Battle of the Belts directly after Collision. That was kind of a fun little bonus. 3 hours of wrestling did not feel like 3 hours of wrestling to me anyway.
Yeah.
It all
No,
went by
and I
pretty quick.
love, they did this on the Seattle Portland thing too, where the end of the one show carried into the next, like, it gave it a real cool cohesion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, FTR and everyone was still in the ring when we came back in. Yeah, super cool. Uh Yeah, we've started off with Orange Cassidy versus John Silver for the International Championship. Um, because of the end of Collision, all the Blackpool Combat Club guys were on their way up the ramp when Orange Cassidy got introduced coming down the ramp. And Orange Cassidy, he initiated it. He checked
That's what I thought
Moxley
too. I wanted to ask you about
hard.
that. Okay, cool. Because I
He
was watching that,
initiated it.
I even wrote that on my notes, like, question marks, like, did I see that right? Because that did not seem like, what he would have done.
Yeah, that was Orange Cassidy, man. And then Moxley was pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, yeah, it was good. Like I
Yeah.
really liked that. And then the rest of the BCC had to, or the BB BCC
Ruh-roh.
had to hold back John Moxley from Orange Cassidy. I think that was a nice little drama uh element
Yeah.
brought to that. Uh yeah, but we can't have John Moxley just beat him next week or in 2 weeks.
No, this needs to be like pay-per-view, no holds barred, like some badass stip,
Cage
probably
match.
probably rivers of blood.
Yeah. I want a cage match for it.
Oh, yeah.
If John Moxley can win a cage match, I'll be okay with him taking that belt back.
Right? Yeah, no, exactly. No faction nonsense, just one-on-one. That'd be a banger for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Um John Silver put up a good fight. I mean, he's got that powerful, explosive offense, and he's got that flurry of rapid offense, the uppercuts and the running and the kicking and the oh my god,
Oh,
he's
those
so fun to watch.
yeah, those kicks looked, super snug tonight.
Hmm. Yeah. He at one point held up Orange Cassidy with one arm on the apron. Gotta love that. But Orange Cassidy ends up coming out on top with the Orange Punch. Uh, Even though Alex Reynolds hit Orange Cassidy with the international championship belt, uh, they still couldn't stop Orange Cassidy. Fun little match, but
No,
I
that
kind of
that
knew the
ending
outcome of that.
yeah, but that ending sequence was pretty great. Like, great match all around into the did that trip for headfirst into the turnbuckle, turned into the Ord punch, like, whoa.
Yep.
Yeah, how he gets around to those match finishes is always, like, always catches me by surprise.
Next up, we've got a short interview with Lexi Nair and Andrade, and looks like CJ Perry shows up and offers to manage Andrade El Idolo. Andrade kind of looks a little taken aback, and he doesn't really have an answer. So we'll see how that plays out. This is clearly going to lead to a Miro versus Andrade.
Yeah, I'm ready for that. I know you weren't a big
Yeah,
NXT guy, but, if you wanna see, go back and watch, Andrade against Drew, whoo, boy, yeah, I think it'd be pretty similar, just hard hitting, fast, crazy. Yeah, it's, definitely, yeah, he's I always forget how much I like Andrade until I see him wrestle, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, he's amazing."
amazing. He's doing way more than he would have ever done in WWE
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
There was a period in AEW where people were kind of wondering, like, "Ooh, did he make the right call?" But he did. Like
Oh, yeah,
he's
for sure.
as soon as Collision aired, Andrade was a pretty big part of it.
So they were super happy we got a second program because there's just so many people that deserve the spotlight.
Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. There's a steady trickle of people leaving AEW too. I don't know if you heard Brock Anderson
Yeah.
no longer. But I do respect that they don't release people. They just let their contracts expire.
Yeah.
That's a little less harsh.
Yeah, no, and I mean, this the the tribalism is what it is. Like, it's cool to see these guys kind of like go where they pop up next. Sometimes they might even come back. Who knows? But it's part of like growing as a performer too. Is go out like WWE. Drew left and came back. Jinder Mahal. Like
Cody.
it's yeah, exactly. Like it's all part of their story, and it's great to watch. Like I don't hold it against anyone to see him leave or come back, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. They upped their stock, and you know that's what you try to do, I guess.
Yeah, build your
Um,
brand, as the kids would say.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, all right. After that little Andrade interview, we've got a Ring of Honor TV title match: Samoa Joe versus Tony Nese. Uh, Tony Nese gets on the mic and threatens to have everyone do group training, which he did at the collision I went to in Seattle a couple weeks ago. That was the one you couldn't make it to.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, he did the same thing. It was pretty funny. Uh, Samoa Joe ends up coming out. The crowd is pretty happy to see Samoa Joe interrupt Tony Nese. Samoa Joe makes quick work of Tony Nese. Uh, Uh, Tony Nese goes for I believe, a springboard or a moonsault or something, and Joe casually walks out of the way as he does.
Yeah,
Uh,
that never gets old. He's been doing that since what, Ring of Honor, and every time
yeah,
every time I
yep,
laugh.
never gets old. Uh, we got Joe hitting the muscle buster and gets the win. After the match, Samoa Joe asks for a mic. He calls out MJF and says he is the true king of television. So, yeah, we've got a couple different MJF matches that could be coming down the pipeline. We've got Samoa Joe, we've got Kenny Omega, we've got Wardlow, which Wardlow could be with him or against him. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I
So
don't know. I feel like that one could be a swerve, but either way, like this has been the storytelling AEW has needed for a while where it's not just like, oh, these two people are in a feud. It's like, no, everybody's gunning for the title. It makes it feel important. It's very good, very cool to see.
yeah, it's a little more high stakes of a
Yeah.
championship when you've got people from all fronts coming to get it. So yeah, I
Yeah.
like what they're doing right now.
Yeah, and it feels more like a living universe too, because yeah, it's not just like, well, if this person's in a feud, I guess I just gotta wait. Do 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 do.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
cool.
It doesn't matter who's in a feud with who. Like anything can happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that aspect of it. Next up, we've got a TBS championship match: Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale. Uh, Willow was a little less bubbly than normal, coming down for her entrance. Uh, let's see. Willow plows through Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander gets a big shoulder tackle on Willow. Chris Statlander's right leg brace ends up getting kind of loose, and commentary brings that up. We got Willow Nightingale just throwing Chris Statlander around. We got a pretty nice cannonball from Willow Nightingale onto Chris Statlander, who was wedged up against the steel steps. That looked pretty cool. Uh, Looks like Willow Nightingale was a little more aggressive than usual due to her being misted by Julia Hart. Willow Nightingale uh, hits a beautiful avalanche Death Valley driver to Chris Statlander.
Yeah, I bid on that
Uh,
near fall. I thought that was it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Willow tries to get to the top rope, but Chris Statlander grabs her and gives her a pretty brutal power bomb. Chris Statlander then hit a 450 splash for the win. Uh, After the match, Statlander wanted to shake Willow's hand. Out comes Sky Blue. She did not want Willow Nightingale to shake Chris Statlander's hand. Uh, this is where I thought we were going to get a full heel turn and a beat down to Statlander. I got swerved. Looks like Willow wanted to shake her hand after all. Sky Blue was pissed off. We'll see where that goes.
I'm super interested. I kind of think it's right because yeah, it's very hard to picture Willow being all creepy and evil. So I'm glad she I don't know fought the powers of darkness or whatever she did.
Yeah, I mean, it could still happen.
True. Yeah. No.
Maybe they're trying to lull Statlander in a false sense of security.
Yeah. No. And heck, they're doing it. There's an actual women's storyline. That's great.
Yeah, yeah. All it took was Malachi Black.
Yeah. True.
uh, let's see. Right after this, they announce a pretty blockbuster match. We're gonna get Claudio Castagnoli and Brian Danielson versus Orange Cassidy and Okada.
Oh my god. How is that not a pay-per-view match? That's just a Wednesday night. What the heck?
Yeah, I'm just like I put a big star by that on my notes. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty much looking forward to that. We're gonna see Brian Danielson get revenge for that broken arm
Uh-huh.
uh from Forbidden Door.
Yep.
That was Forbidden Door, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to kick his
Okada and
fucking head
Danielson.
off.
Danielson won that match with a broken arm.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one too. Man, he's been on a tear.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Um, yeah, looking forward to that match. Um, Next up, we've got our main event. We've got the Acclaimed versus Daddy Magic, Matt Menard, Daniel Garcia, and Cool Hand Angelo Parker. Um, kind of a fun match. It wasn't really anything to write home about. Uh, the Acclaimed brought out the local mascot Grizz the Bear. I'm not quite sure what team that is, whether it be NBA or whatnot.
Memphis, yeah,
But
they're promoting the start of the NBA season.
oh, perfect, perfect. Uh, we got Garcia tries to dance, but Daddy Magic stops him. Anna Jay tries to stop Garcia from dancing and gets in the ring. She ends up getting ejected from the match. Uh, we got back and forth moves being exchanged, multiple tags being made, uh, team members in and out, in and out. Uh, we got the XJAS in control for most of picture in picture. Uh, we got Anthony Bowens coming back and getting a little flurry of offense, trying to make a comeback. He ends up getting the hot tag to Daddy Ass. Daddy Ass clears the ring. Uh, Daddy Magic gets scoop slammed by Daddy Ass. Wow, we got Daddy Ass and Daddy Magic. Bowens ends up landing a Scissor Me Timbers and The Acclaimed try to scissor, but they get stopped by the XJAS. Garcia finally gets to dance. The crowd loses it. It's so good. Uh, but can't pull off the win. The Acclaim end up getting the win and retaining the trio championships.
Yeah, I haven't seen one of those Sunday or Saturday shows yet, and glad or for at least for quite some time. I'm super glad I did. Great, great night of wrestling.
Yeah, I forgot Battle of the Belts was going to be on, and it was quite the pleasant surprise that I got to watch that after. We didn't get one title change, which, I thought maybe one would be appropriate, but none of the matches were really like, ooh, who could win this?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
they're
I feel
not
like. Oh, go ahead.
they're not booked to be pay-per-view caliber events.
No, no. I feel like they're sort of in kind of one of those modes where they're just setting a lot of stuff up. So, because
Yeah.
like I left these shows. The wrestling's always great. Like they're just all amazing at what they do. But I left the show wanting to see the next one. Like, what's going to happen? Like, what's up with the Moxley and Orange? What's up with the House of Black and Miro? Like, uh, yeah, like I feel like they're finally starting to get how to book episodic TV.
Yeah. I mean, like from what we're hearing, they're Warner Media is wanting them to go to 12 pay-per-views a year.
Whew.
So they're gonna have to advance storylines rapidly. Like you're gonna have to wrap that up.
Yeah,
So I
maybe.
think they're getting used to it.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Tony Khan will have to get a little more help in there because sounds like he's burning the candle at both ends between what that and the sports teams and I don't know. Does he ever
Yep.
sleep or is he one of those
No.
2 hours a night guys?
Yeah. Or less, I'm sure. He's always hyped, always there, man. Always doing it. You gotta admire him.
Yeah, no, I don't see how he does it. And yeah, he pops out at every show and gives a rousing speech to the crowd every night. Like, oof, man, like yeah, I don't know where he gets that energy.
My main thing I'm looking forward to resolve in the next week or two is the MJF Kenny Omega 13 days, bitch.
Yeah, what is there? One
One
more
dynamite and
dynamite.
one collision before
Okay.
that anniversary comes to pass.
Yeah,
So,
I hope they find a way to motivate a match or something in there real quick.
yeah. I mean, people are pointing out that the collision right before the day comes, they're both scheduled to appear live on Collision.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah.
So,
I hope they get a match in there because ooh man, they're both doing excellent work. That was the other one, Kenny Omega that this week back on in singles action. That was good to see.
oh my gosh. Yeah, against Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, no, it looks
Kyle
like
Fletcher's the future.
yeah, no, for the first time in a while, I feel like AEW is really hitting a good stride again. Like I don't know, there's a bit of a dip there, but yeah, I've been super excited to see every episode lately.
Yeah, yeah. Not to be negative, but it seems like right now their main rut is ticket sales.
Yeah.
There's a lot of footage going around of the hard cam side of the arenas not looking so hot. It's like either they got good storylines going or low ticket attendance, or they're selling everything out and the stories are, you know,
I'm always of the belief this stuff's cyclical. I mean, like WWE just went through that a few years ago. Their shows were terrible,
Mhm.
and then From what I can tell, at least I don't know. I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff. They're on the uptick and they're starting to get better attendance and their shows are getting better. So I bet AEW will do the same thing where they just go through a dry spell and then all of a sudden the sh- their creative will pick up. People come off injuries and then all of a sudden people get interested in again and then the numbers go back up. It's kind of I always try to look at this stuff in more of a big picture approach.
Oh yeah, yeah. Uh, but yeah, their storylines right now are top notch. Kind of funny. Someone who I kind of wish they would hire to help them write, which you might agree with me. Freddie Prince Jr.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've watched a few interviews with him. I really like. He's got a great head for the business.
Yeah, like how, where, like when did
Yeah.
where did that come from?
Right?
I had no idea. Like I didn't realize till years after he worked for WWE that he actually worked for WWE.
Yeah.
Like,
No, he was pretty low key about it, but sounds like he still has a great passion for the business. He had a interview with Chris Van Vliet there recently, or I guess not super recently now, but very eye opening.
mhm, yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool. Uh, but yeah, man, I think that's probably about all we got for tonight. Uh, I'm looking forward to Dynamite. Uh, we'll probably have an episode dropping. Let's see, I'd say probably Friday. We'll
Yeah,
probably
that sounds about right.
record Thursday, drop Friday.
Yeah, yeah, or
Uh,
or really late Thursday night. I don't know. I'm getting old now.
yeah, no worries. Yeah. Uh, cool. All right. Yeah, I guess that's all we got for tonight. Dynamite will be a fun show coming up. And yeah, we've got Full Gear coming right around the corner too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, lots to look forward to. If you're watching, thanks for joining us. Leave a comment in the down below. I think it's down below. And like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
yeah. Thank you, everybody. And thank you for listening to Grapple Sauce.